Hello and good morning. My name is Keith, and this is another episode, number 26 in fact, of this Sunday morning train ride. And I thought, why not to be in Lübeck? Why not to start off today's journey here in Lübeck? That means the DLC issue has been sorted out. It's not the ideal way to get it working, but it's a way to get it working. Long story short, did have to re-download all of the DLC that I have. I skipped on some. Some stuff. But all my German content except rapid transit content is here, and which I am very happy about, actually. Today we are in Lübeck, as I said, and take a little journey to Hamburg, or towards Hamburg. I don't know if we go to Hamburg. It has been pretty wet and cold week, to be honest. Let's see what's out. Let's see out of the window. Can we go out? I doubt it. Yeah, but it's still beautiful. That's where we can go. It's still nice. It's still nice. It has been pretty cold week and stuff, and I think I've catched a cold as the result. A little bit of a cold, so my nose is running and I feel a bit off in my throat, so I apologize in advance if I sound a little bit off. And now it's not COVID, it is cold, because it has been like pretty cold. It's like 10 degrees, less than 10 in the mornings. Not really fun, pretty wintry. All of a sudden, just remembering 2 weeks ago, I was in plus 32 in Austria, so no wonder, because it has been pretty cold. To most of the people have running nose, especially at work. It's really funny, but it's not funny at the same time, because it truly has been cold. Anyway, our train leaves. Well, the service is scheduled to start at 9:37, and there is a little bit of time until then. 3 minutes. Then we take off and dive into today's Sunday morning train ride episode. As usual, I thank you very much for joining with me, and I really do hope you enjoy this week's episode, especially as it hasn't been really easy to prepare for this week's episode, because my mind has been completely blank, but about it a little bit later. Anyway, I prepped for it and I'm ready to go, and that's it. That is a very good thing, and makes me even glad. I hope it makes you glad as well. If you have any suggestions for future episodes, but any topic suggestions or anything what you would like me to either talk about or discuss, feel free to let me know. And if you would like to interact with me, then this is the best moment for those for the interaction. Just leave the comment below and stuff like that. Always happy for the like buttons and subscribes, but subscriptions, but about those a little bit, quite a lot later as well. Anyway, as I'm waiting for to get going, to get on a train. Lübeck, I don't even know what platform it is. I thought it's platform B. Anyway, doesn't matter. On this platform, I'm about to sneeze. Thankfully, not at the moment, and I lost the train of thought. I apologize about it. Anyway, if you would like to... Anyway, doesn't matter. I lost it. Completely lost it. But feel free to grab a coffee, as I have, and do whatever you do in the mornings, join with me. And if you have a breakfast, I wish you a happy breakfast. And we can board the train. I fancy first class today. Nah. I fancy first class today, why not? And I think I will be upstairs. People are here, that's always a nice thing to see. Yes, beautiful. Oh, hi. I'm really tempted to see here, because why not? But the view is not the best here. So I can sit here instead. It is a little bit better here. Beautiful sidings, aren't they? Anyway, a little bit of water. Before I delve into jump in today's episode, and a little bit of coffee as well. Speaking about coffee, it's nice and good coffee actually. Bought new coffee, Italian coffee, because it was cheap in the shop, and it's really good. It's just something new to try. But a month ago or something, and it is good. I recommend it. And no, I'm not telling you what brand is it. It is a white package and there's Italian flag on it. That should be enough. Made in Italy. Okay. I lost the shortcut for a moment. Why are you showing me that? Well, okay, I found it. I prep for every Sunday morning train ride episode now, and I use my laptop and sometimes on my phone. I lose it since I don't use my phone that often anymore. With that app that often on my phone anymore. Anyway, have you ever noticed something? Have you noticed lately something that when was the last time you entered into a public transport and it was disinfected? I can't remember that, to be honest. Or maybe I am so used with it that I do not notice it anymore. Anyway, it was just a thought and not a topic of discussion. A flash wonder of thoughts, to be fair, and expect those a lot throughout the episode. The city scooters are completely different things. You know, these things that people can take for a small amount of money and ride all around a certain period of time or distance? Yes, those electric ones that have become very common sight everywhere in Europe in last 2 years or so. It is all fine and good, but the reason I do not like them, I actually hate that system, is that people leave them everywhere in the middle of the street, blocking access roads and so on. The idea is good, but executions leaves to be desired, and just shows that people who ride them, who use them, do not actually care about others at all, or the environment around them. Anyway, that also is not worthy of discussion in my opinion, and I leave that small rant in there, as no matter what I say, I scream into the void regardless. I am actually struggling in prepping for today's episode, to be honest. Hence why I'm bouncing off the wall of different things, like a bouncing basketball, to be honest, or a football that is flying in the air miles away from the target goal, hitting the stands. There is a lot to discuss actually, but I really am not interested to discuss about the certain issues around the world. I much rather escape from the real world, and the real world news to have some rest and relax a little from those. MotoGP though, this year it just keeps on giving, on and off the track. It seems as it is a journalists and people who talk about it, cover motorsports in any shape or form, dream, as it just keeps on giving with news, topics and also with on-track performance. Truly enjoyable to watch and follow, it really is. The best thing is, I was there in Austria, in person, to witness that. Truly glad and happy about that. Very lucky and fortunate as well. I'm struggling with my throat. Excuse me, please. It's really sore. It doesn't hurt, but it's very, very sore and uncomfortable. Another thing that makes me thankful and happy is that I got my roots back. It's a pretty big thing for me, as this game is very important to me and has helped me a lot in last couple of years. Plus I am proud of my collection. It gives me a lot of joy and brings the light when I am in the darkness. Though I hope I'm less and less in the darkness and more in the brightness. That means I can get even more joy out of this game, which is only a good thing in my opinion. Yes, I love Train Sim World very much. When I first bought this game, I had never hoped nor thought that I liked that game so much and become to love it, and also to love trains as much as I do. Plus big bonus is that apart from driving, I can travel in virtual world, and that is a huge bonus. Also to do Sunday morning train rides, but that's also another topic. When I first bought it, then I thought, why not to see it out and it gave me something to do on the side of the other games. As I do not have a PC, ETS2 was not an option, but TSW was. So it was just for something to do, and I thought I will delete it when I get tired of it. Never I thought that I'd become to actually love this game as much as I do, and play it that much, and that it becomes so big of a part of my life. It is a nice game to play, offers a very nice escape, and honestly speaking, buying Trains in World was one of the best decisions I have ever made. Purely gaming wise, the best decision I have ever made was to buy ETS2 when Scandinavian DLC came out for my old PC. That still works, but is with my mom. Now, if I could, I will play both games as much as I play TSW2 currently. As I can't, TSW2 at the moment is my first love and also a priority since there is no option for me to play ETS2. It is Euro Truck Simulator 2. If you don't know, check it out. It's a great game. Maybe one day the one could only hope. Anyway, back to the topic. I'm very glad that the DLC mess is finally sorted out, and once again I can enjoy my whole collection of trains and routes, especially as I was actually afraid that my collection might have gone forever, and honestly speaking, I had no desire to put it back together, as trust would have been gone with it. I am very thankful that this is not the case, and happy. I truly am. I also stumbled on 2 podcasts this week that got my interest. The first was about drinking culture, or as I say, the lack of it in the Finnish society. And I think that this is actually a pretty good discussion and definitely worth to discuss and talk about. Maybe at some point I will take it up, as I feel like it is very much important topic. Not the most important, but relatively light and digestible topic to go through and drop some of my own crumbs on it. The other thing was about migration. No, not the ones outside from the EU, but actually from the inside of the EU. And that angered me pretty much. As a foreigner in a country I live in, it did hurt since the person pretty much brought up the challenges that come to relocating, and the biggest complaint was the process you have to go through. I mean, everyone has to do that. I don't understand what makes some people entitled to not go through this. Besides, it is a easy, straightforward and quick process, no hassle. Imagine what the refugees must go through, or people from the third countries. Now that's hard, with all the paperwork and visas, but EU nationals, we have it easy, especially in Finland. So yes, about drinking. I may actually take it up and talk about it, because as I said, I think it is important, and it does look like there is a social pressure to drink and drink. If you do not drink, then it is like there is something wrong with you, as you need a reason not to drink. Thankfully, I do not care what people think. I don't drink. I mean, I have a glass here and there, but I do not drink myself on the floor, as hangovers are no fun, and I also don't like people who get absolutely hammered, nor to hang around with them, as it is boring. Those people are boring, and there is no added value in drinking. That's my thought about it. Anyway, hoping to discuss that more in depth soon. How soon? No idea. Maybe as soon as never, we will see. And time for me to have a sip of coffee. As we ride along. in the northern German countryside passes by. And here we are. I personally am going to have a lot of time on my hands in the next coming weeks. It is scary, and in some respects it is good. Especially since I get a much needed rest actually. And also to hopefully prep for future Sunday morning train rides. Especially to prevent the situation where I do it at the last minute and until then my mind is blank. Basically to avoid similar situation I have this week, as honestly my mind was blank this time around, but I still wanted to put one out there, so I forced myself to work for it. It is a good thing actually. Partly gives me the reason to do it, to stick with it, as if I skip this episode then there might come the next, and after the next one the next, and so on. Gaps might still be there in between though. I can and will not promise to eliminate those, to be fair, but I don't want them to be frequent occurrence. I want to stick to it as it is important to me and I am doing it for that purpose. I will also take time off from SMTR in the future, just like I did this summer. I don't know yet when I will take time off next time, but right now I would like to go through the autumn until the Christmas time. Maybe I take time off a bit sooner, I really do not know yet. No promises as usual, one episode at a time. The time off during the summer was needed and very good for me actually, from Sunday morning train ride. Especially as there was moments where I was extremely busy and would have struggled to find time for those. Not saying that I may not be as busy during the winter time as I hope I am, but one thing I am trying to avoid is to have a pressure on me to make one episode. When it stops being fun, then I will stop. Just like when Valentino Rossi said that he will stop racing when it stops being fun. Until then, only the sky is the limit. No pressure, enjoyment, warmth, fun. Most importantly, to keep it lighthearted. I remembered some TV shows from my childhood and early teenage years. Lighthearted Sunday morning shows. Maybe that is worth of discussing in the future as well, as that's what I am aiming with Sunday morning train ride. We'll see. I've no idea. And none of us know what the future will bring, if future brings anything. I hope that Sunday morning train ride has good and positive future and impact as well in some ways. Talking about Sunday morning train ride, I actually like I actually am pretty proud, but I've already said that in previous episodes. Some episodes are better than the others, but that's life. That's with everything, every creative stuff. And that's how it always will be. I wonder I wanna do something, but oh, there's discoverable. but I'm unsure how to do it. I'm trying to find free cam, basically. Maybe classic buttons will help me. Well, maybe checking the buttons actually would be a good idea in that front in the future. We will see. And slowly arriving to Hamburg, Hauptbahnhof. It's always nice, actually. Don't know which way to look. Both ways. The whole journey here, well, not the whole, but most of the journey here, I've actually pretty much enjoyed just gazing out of the window on this look. And yeah, I did notice some noticeable frame rate drops. Very noticeable in some sections. But nothing came breaking in enjoyment in the enjoyment of gazing out of the window of a train, as I really much like to do that in real life as well, to be honest, just to look out from the window and, you know, to watch the world go by. So it has been really enjoyable journey for me this morning, and I hope it has been for you as well, even though you see less than I did. But I thought I'm not. It's not really entertaining or very good for me to just gaze out of the window in the silence. So if you would be interested in those kind of episodes, I'm more than glad to make them. More than happy, I mean. I'm just so impressed how they have created Hamburg. It's a massive city, and it truly feels like it when you are in here virtually. Really always really nice to come here. Well, that kind of view is not very fun, but it's not very fun from the other side either. I was a little bit thinking about also the upcoming route. Our care Riesa to Dresden. I just hope that it's not going to be another Hauptstrecke Hamburg-Lübeck, that it's actually gonna be good and enjoyable as well. So I'm a little bit afraid that they might be a bit too ambitious with it, but I hope not. I truly hope not. Though there's nothing wrong being a little bit too ambitious. And to have a little adventure and experimentation. After all, the best things come from experimenting, and that's how people learn. That's how I learn. And that's how the work goes forward, after all. Truly fantastic, truly beautiful. Coming in here. And here we are. Right button. This is the right button. Let's go out from here. And my nose is running. That's not fun. So welcome to Hamburg, everybody. I truly hope that you did enjoy today's episode, and I'm very grateful and thankful that you did come with me. Oh yeah, they actually are walking upstairs. That's nice. Even on an escalator. That's nice. So yes, as this is a very familiar view, where I say goodbye and wrap up today's episode. If you did like it, please push the like button, and if you would like to see more, then please subscribe. Also, if you have any suggestions and stuff, feel free to comment, or if you just want to interact with me, then leave a comment. Until next Sunday, I hope that you will have a very, very nice week ahead, and all other fun stuff. I personally hope that it's gonna be a warmer week than the last one was, and that I don't fall too ill. So the signs are that showing that Monday I might be pretty ill. But I hope not. I have my remedies with me, and I use them. I would like to say grandmother's remedies, but they are not actually grandmother's remedies, since I don't remember my grandmother at all, sadly. But I can say my mom's remedies. Anyway, I have them all, and I use them, and hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm not falling too ill. Until next time, from Hamburg, this time, I wish you all the best and take care.